Hi everybody, this is Alchemist 2, and I'm back again with another movie review. I just recently got to see Cinderella, the live-action version of Cinderella, and honestly I can say I absolutely adored it, even though I knew what the story was going to be. And they actually presented it in a new and different and more innovative way, giving more backstory to the characters in and of themselves and making them more interesting. And Cinderella's story really didn't start out as tragic in the beginning, but they really stuck to the original source material, except for the end. Well, the ending, yeah, the ending was a little bit different from the original Italian version, and they actually make allusions to that when Ella speaks French and Anastasia and Drusilla. One says to the other, "What'd she say?" And the other says, "I don't know, it wasn't Italian." And I laughed at that because I thought, yeah, people who know the story know that the original is Italian, the original tale. Well, there are different versions of the tale actually written, as you probably will know, as with any really good fairy tale. I just thought everything about this was positively resplendent in every way, shape, and form. I mean, the background scenery, panorama, camera shots, the costumes were just absolutely gorgeous, especially Cinderella's dress later on. Just all the different dresses in and of themselves. I would have been like a kid in a candy shop if I were working in this, and it was just absolutely spectacular, and it was a really great story. And of course, in the background they played, Lavender Blue, which when I was a young girl, I used to play that on the piano. I actually still sing that song, and I thought, I know that it brought back a lot of good nostalgia for me, and it reminded me of my mother, and it was like my mother was speaking to me too, because recently I've had to use the axiom, have courage and be kind, in my everyday life with a lot of people that I deal with in the situation I'm in right now. A lot of workers that I am in contact with are just not pleased with their lives, and I don't think they're ever going to be, although optimistically I would love to think that they were, with the recent changes that have occurred. But there's some people you can't please, no matter how hard you try or what you do, and it's no real use in actually going to the point of wearing yourself out and trying to please them. The best thing you can do is pardon them, like Paulo Coelho says, and by the River Pirda, which I did a review of only recently, and it fits in with that story as well. And there's a lot of grace, and of course you don't have to be a doormat. You can be assertive and still be a lady, and Cinderella, she proves that. And it's just really a tremendous movie, and there were moments in it that brought me to tears, and I was expecting it, because they don't sugarcoat things. There are some moments that talk about the reality of life, but even though somebody dies, it doesn't mean that they're gone. It's like my mother, she's never really gone. I notice she's still with me in my mind and in my heart, and I see her influence in, even in something like this. I know she's with me, and hopefully I'm doing her proud. She's a resilient woman, Ella is, and she is very, she's strong, and she's not afraid to admit when she's scared, which takes a lot of integrity, and it takes a lot of backbone and resolve to admit to something like that, because a person who is delusional probably wouldn't do that. They are too conceited, or just not really in touch with reality, would probably not come to the understanding that this situation, a new situation they were presented with, would give them pause and make them petrified. Yeah, there are a lot of good elements in this movie, I think, that are just excellent teaching tools for anybody that's watching. And for me, it was just a solidification of what I am doing right now every single solitary day, especially when I work, because it's like my friend said, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, you're going to run into people who are jerks, and they can't help it. It's just the way they are. And you're going to just enervate yourself if you try to change them, because you're not going to be able to. So you have to accept them, you have to tolerate them, pardon them, and move on. Be kind. Like Cinderella's mother says, be kind and courageous. That's the main message in the movie, and it's just so uplifting and enlightening, and I just absolutely savored every moment of it. I was completely mesmerized and transfixed by it, and just completely inspired and dazzled just by everything. And of course the soundtrack was really beautiful too. But, as far as movies go, I give it 2 thumbs way up, 5 stars, hands down. I know a lot of people are kind of upset that Disney's remaking movies, and you know, I like Maleficent. I know there are a lot of people who didn't, but I did, even though you know, I wanted to see her turn into a dragon, but like the original. But I thought how they presented it was really quite well done. I absolutely adored it. There's going to be a sequel to it, which I knew they would, because they left it open for a sequel, so I'm intrigued in seeing where that will go. Cinderella, I highly doubt that they'll make a sequel to it. I have seen the trailer for Jungle Book, which, as a young child, I'm a huge fan of Rudyard Kipling. I always have been, always will be. The trailer looks absolutely sensational. I mean, it has a lot of potential. The only thing that I thought was kind of lame was Baloo whistling bare necessities, which I thought, why would you keep that, though? It doesn't need that. That was completely unexpected and just dumb. But if they do, I mean, it wouldn't bother me that much, honestly, because the way that they have it set up is just epic. I mean, I am really looking forward to it, and I know there are people that live action, but no, I'm thinking that it looks really, really good. There are just other movies that are out that, you know, I don't think should have been remade, like Peter Pan. I mean, there have been plenty of Peter Pans done, including one about J.M. Barrie's life, which I thought was very good. You too. Safe passage. Thank you. And anyway, let's see. There's so many people are kvetching about that, and I think that Cinderella proved that you can do something new and different with a story that we already know how it's going to end. And it takes a lot of interesting twists and turns and humor that I really savored and relished. And there was some really good comedic value. Of course, there were also some moments that were very sorrowful as well, and it was a very good combination. And the cinematography was just absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, I mean, there was nothing more to be said about it. It's everything is so sprawling, these landscapes, and locations like Kit's Castle, the scenery inside the chandeliers, the smallest attention to detail was just unbelievably beautiful. And I just thought, if I were working as one of the producers, like I said, I would be in absolute heaven, because I know there are a lot of people that I am a tomboy, yeah, I will admit to that, but I have a feminine side, and my feminine side absolutely adores frilly stuff like dresses like that, especially Cinderella's dress, because blue's my favorite color. And I want that dress. I would wear it. I would totally wear it. It's just really a spellbinding film, and it just is very uplifting, and just the metaphysical quality of it, saying Cinderella, she saw the world not as it was, but as it could be. And it that really resonated with me, because I'm an optimist, and I see the world in a different way, and changing everyone's perspective is very important, especially with a lot of things that are going on in the world. And I love reaching out to people, even through this medium, and I'm hoping that I give people a good outlook, and we really have the choice to make our own happy endings, and we could choose. Even after everything that Cinderella went through, she could have been bitter. She could have been rancorous and just completely enraged all the time with her stepmother and her stepsister. She could have been. She might have taken that path. The story would have been completely different had she done that. She didn't do that. She was gracious. She had nobility about her. She had a good heart. So it's really all about that, and taking that with you. The lesson in that is just so magnificent, I think, and I really connected with that, because I feel like I have that going on for myself too. Now, I don't consider myself a saint. My dad does. I don't know why. He says, maybe you're an angel on earth. I thought, oh, Dad, please, no, don't say that. I'm not. Don't compare me to a being that comes directly from God. I am not. Nor will I ever be an angel. I can't be, because angels, like, I try to tell Dad this. I said, Dad, angels are beings that they're completely composed of light. They come directly from God. They help people. I am not an angel. I don't come directly, well, I came from the cosmos long ago, but I don't think... No, I'm not that good, thank you very much. I have my flaws. I have a bad temper, and yeah, I admit to that, but I'm dealing more with that, and work is actually molding me into a being that is dissuaded not to act out in that manner, and it does absolutely zero in the way of being active, the way of being productive, I should say. It's not productive, it's not constructive, it does absolutely nothing for you. Thank God I've learned this now, but anyway, Cinderella is really a worthwhile watch. I'm going to do a little bit of an update here, and I'm going to post this right now so you know what's going on in my life. The young man that you saw walk by is a person that we've taken in, and we've had him here for 2 years. Now, on the 30th and the 1st, he's moving out, and he is going to his sister's house. Now, at first, we didn't think that he was going to have a place to go, and we were really worried, and we thought, we don't want him to go down the pathway that he originally went down, and if you want to know what that is, I can private message you about it. I don't want to talk about it in front of God and the whole country. But he has definitely transformed. He has done so much better for himself, and we feel like he's getting himself back on his feet, pulling himself up by his bootstraps, basically. He's not had an easy life. He hasn't had a he's had what my dad and I call rough road to hoe, and there's a lot of truth in that. He's 45. He's got 2 kids, divorced, of course, but that really no fault of his own. Long story, needless to say, that I will not get into here. But he's on his way, I think, to a better and more productive life, and he is doing so much better. I wish I could go into more detail here, but I can't, like I said. If you're interested in learning more, I've been writing quite a bit in my journal about his and our journey throughout this whole thing, and even when it's going to be hard when he goes, but it has to be done. He needs his own life, and we need our house back. Dad and I do. But it'll be an interesting transition. A lot's going on right now. So to see that actually happen will be, I think, probably the best day of our lives, and even though it will be mixed in with sorrow and tinged with tears, it'll be tears of joy. But it's not going to be the end of the story. It's one chapter ending, another chapter beginning for him, and I'm intrigued to see where it'll go, and hopefully he can come and reunite every so often with us when he can. But beyond that, I can't really say that much else, other than work is great. I've lost more weight, as you can probably tell. It's hard work, but it's worth it. Got a raise recently. Hopefully in October, which isn't too far from now. It's only a few more days, and we're going to be in October, people. But hopefully I hear something good. If not, I have a backup. My backup is either information tech, which will be an interesting study for me, because I've always wanted to go into it, but I want to go into research and development because it's something I feel like I'd be good at. But I wouldn't want to be in a console all day long. I want to move around and get on my feet and be active and be healthy. I don't want to be slackered in anything. The other one is something that a couple of friends from Punjab told me about at work, and they were saying that at Ivy Tech, one of my alma maters, that the tutoring program that they have available, if they need a tutor, they get paid quite a bit more than what I get paid right now. But it would be beneficial, and it would be I think very economical, and it would behoove me to look into that. But I'm not going to do it right now because, like I said, it's just right now I'm playing the waiting game, and I don't know anything that will happen. So it's just kind of, I'm twiddling my thumbs and kind of, it's wait and see. But things are looking good. Things are looking up. I think that everything will come out roses in the end, and I'm looking forward to a lot of different things that are coming up this October. We really haven't had a very good cinema season this year. I wanted to see Walk in the Woods, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to be seeing The Intern, which I am looking forward to intensely. There are a few films, Good Dinosaurs, coming out in November, which I'm definitely going to see. I don't really know what else is coming out that's worthwhile. Well, the Tom Hanks film, I can't think of the name of it, that's in October, but that looks exceptional. There are a few others, but 2016, I think 2016 is going to be the year for films, because this year really wasn't. And I wanted to see Jurassic Park, but I didn't have the chance. I'm going to wait for it. Just like I'm waiting for Tomorrowland to come out. There are a lot of things I'm waiting for to come out on the DVD, and I really haven't had to wait that long, which is interesting. So we will just have to wait, and please be patient with me. Thank you for your support, and I really thank you for sticking around with me and coming and listening to me, even though I know this particular review was probably rambling and the update was probably a little bit long-winded, but I just want to let you know what's going on. And thank you for being a friend. Been down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. Sorry, I had to, but yeah, they actually did a little bit of that in TBBT with Toy Story. That I couldn't. I had to do that with the Golden Girls theme because, like I said, it's one of my favorite things. But that's basically all I have to say. So until next time, I see you. All of you take care of yourself. Live long and prosper. Ciao, Tootsie.